Welcome, lovely soul friends. I'm back today because, I think I just can't let my fears, uh, my fears and my own challenges to stand in the way of what I want to do, right? As I mentioned in my small message that I was having some conflict in my family situation right now. And as it turns out, both of my parents are just narcissistic demons, which, I wasn't aware of it to that extent. But after some conversations yesterday, it's terrible things. It's just like we live in a world where you cannot. I think many people will resonate with these children and just people in general, where you cannot prove so much the emotional violence and sometimes somebody else overstepping your free will. And if a person has legally owns everything, then they can, manipulate you. They can do whatever they want, and you're trapped. You're trapped in a system, in a way, in which they can keep feeding off of your energy. And if you stand up for your rights, if you stand up for yourself, if you let them know that what they have done has consequences, that there is a responsibility, for things that they have done, there is a payment, right? There is balance. Universe always balances itself out, and it's like this time where people, the demonic possessed people, narcissistic people, are still trying to fight for what is not theirs on many levels. In my case right now, I have two cases. It's for me it's one situation now, family situation. Another situation is governmental situation. But the same thing happening in many layers. Either way, there was something I wanted to do something in terms of like magic, because I got this download a few days ago that as we live in the world, right, I've mentioned this before, but as we live in the world that we live in, we often participate in magic that is not ours, right? Because that's the way we grow up. We participate in magic. Even like this system, the world so far, what we call the matrix, the way the world operates. It's a system created by somebody else. It's not your magic, right? And living in this system, and now the grand awakening moment where we're shifting away from that system and we're awakening, we realize that our magic, our reality is coming from within us in a general way, right? That's what everyone could say. But the deeper understanding, even deeper understand that every moment, the more we turn to this inner core, which is glowing, which is generating the magic, the more we amplify it, the more the seemingly outer reality becomes our magic. So the less and less there is the other people's magic. And I haven't prepared it today. Maybe I'll prepare it in a later video. I'm just kind of presenting it to you as a download that for you to override yourself, to override those beliefs. There's like many people know and talk about reprogramming and all of that, but I'm kind of coming it from a perspective of magic, because that's the way, like, your whole reality is magic. And at the end, kind of, you know, at the end of your life or after many years, you would have this reality where all of your life is your magic completely. Like there's no, you know, well, yeah, there's no, I mean, it's not that there cannot be other people's magic if it's great, if it's beneficial. Of course we can coexist with other people's magic as well. By the way, yeah, I'm kind of, this is a small intro. I want to show off my new Oracle deck, which is yeah, something that I bought. Has really cool magician cards here. The message is like coming, it's like really cool. I just love it. Yesterday I pulled out some cards about the situation that I was going through, and I got like conflict and standing my ground and things like, it was absolutely like in a very synchronized way. Well, so yeah, our magic, our inner core, we stand up for ourselves, we continuously reprogram. We don't really like approach it from a place of reprogramming, but like intentionality, like, oh, I am giving in to somebody else's magic which I do not like again, and kind of going back, okay, let me project something else, let me override this magic, let me override these bad spells, right? So it's not that it's just your magic, I correct myself, but it's like magic that exists from, created by other people which you do not like, which is in disharmony, which is meaning you do not like, which is disharmonious, which is bad for the self, for the other people, for environment, right? Yeah. And of course I'm gonna pull out, you know, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do a little representation. This is the back of the cards. This is what it looks, the drawings look like. These are pretty cool. This is like, you know, for my magicians here, this is something, yeah, cool. So let me pull a little message for my collective people here. Thank you guys, by the way, for the support. I felt you sending me your energy. I guess I'll be all right. At the end, we'll all be all right. Let's see. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ooh, medicine. See, medicine. So yeah, I think it's like a message for my collective is that this collective itself, my energy, your energy, that you inject in here it's medicine. It's just like organism in itself, which I intentionally wanted to manifest here, which would feel like medicine. I guess not so much even in the way, not so much the things that I share themselves, but just the presence of it, the presence of me, the presence of you here, the presence of understanding. Okay, it's time to create your own powerful medicine. Consciously combine ingredients, whether they are people, thoughts, ideas, or experiences. Explore different mixtures and blends. Make a new life of your own creation. You get to choose, so try something that excites you. Yeah, it's like, it's what we're talking about, right? You get to choose your own magic. You get to explore different blends and make new life of your own creation. That's what we're talking about today. And I love the description, whether they consciously combine ingredients, whether they are people, thoughts, ideas, or experiences. And this is like the combination of of it all, this channel of all of our energies. Whoopity 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 whoop, whoopity 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 whoop. Yeah. And returning to that emotional kind of, because I was going through, I wanted to channel a bit an insight that I said something, yeah, you cannot maybe the system, the governmental systems, the magic, which is magic, because governmental system is a system, it still applies to reality. I mean, everything is. Everything that I share here, I share with an intention. If I go and I find, a legal advisor and I start a legal case, it's the same as me creating magic, right? I stand up for things. I take my stance in the power of collective, with an understanding that we, the collective, are creating our system, our governance, and it is our power. And therefore, I think that with all of this, I wanted to say that there should be something done in terms of like cases of emotional violence, because the awareness and the human kind of awareness is growing. We are spiritually growing, and therefore we cannot just take this reality, judge it by the physicality of it. We must also consider the emotionality and spirituality of it, and what's done on a more subtle plane. And in my case, it is the consequences of both of my parents that if they fumble and if they have done wrong, then I believe that there should be laws in place which determine this, which admit that this emotional damage is a fact. And even if your parent can legally prove that they own everything, and they even say a phrase that they own you. Imagine your own mother, father saying that to you, that they own you and that they will use your energy as they please. It's fucking crazy. But that there should be a new rule, a new law, which at least like helps you to have a chance for a fight, have a chance to stand up, that they did this and therefore they lost what they had. They lost what they had because they went against my free, like I'm talking about my parents, but like in general, because these situations are just like, whole world is like, so many people out there that would resonate with this. If your parents mistreated you, there is what comes down from your ancestral, the kind of the money that comes and the possessions that come down from your ancestors, they would be transferred to you, because because of the injustice of it. In my case, my mother has decided to take everything from everyone and to hold it as an empress, as an empress. Only as a demonic, devilish empress. Well, that's what it is. I'm very glad to have you here, my dear soul friends. Sorry if today is not kind of the high energy that I could always bring here, and my thoughts are all over the place, but I'm glad I was able to be present here today. Okay, see you all later.